If you already know the answers to your questions, then why ask pig fuck?
So we got a lot to talk about today.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what, because I mean, like, it'll probably come to me as we go on, but I didn't write anything down. You have some ideas though.
Yeah, I'm just gonna talk real quick. I'm gonna be doing a thing on Fortnite, or not Fortnite. Fuck, For Honor. You have to do like 3 crosses in the helmet, anyways. They just updated the game to have China in it, and like everyone's fucking salty because the Chinese characters they're the samurai, but with different weapons. Was an actual complaint I heard from a fan. Yeah, and anyways, For Honor is the only community that can be so salty and survive so long, because that game died. You remember?
Yeah, like it was like people played it for like a week, and then the population just dropped off completely.
It's climbing back up though. Huh. The salt has sustained it. It's pickled.
See, that just makes me think of I was watching a really old video game donkey video a couple weeks ago. Was him playing Modern Warfare on Xbox 360, and like the community back then, and like it's one of his funniest videos just from the like people talking over the headsets alone. It's like, you know, this guy got big ass ears like fucking Bambi. What's his name? And it shows like a picture of Dumbo. What he actually meant. That fucking elephant, man. Dude, you look like a $10 dick long.
You see, I miss that kind of trash talk. Remember? Yeah. It was like, you know, but nowadays it's like, you fucking cock.
Faggot, shit, fucker, shit, fuck. You get on the fucking point, you retard. It's like, I got into the, like, that's not actually on Overwatch, because you get banned for that. Because, like, I played Overwatch for a while, and I just got completely bored of it. I haven't played in like, a month, more than a month, even. When did Hammond get added? Is that like
Hamlin.
Is it Hammond or Hamlet? Or what did you say?
Who?
The hamster.
There's a hamster?
Yeah, it's like this new character.
Doesn't he like have a dance and he can shoot the hamster?
It's like the thing in the robot ball that rolls around.
Yeah, I have no clue. I remember that PETA got mad about him. That's all I know.
They get mad about everything.
Yeah, you know, those fucking goat fuckers kill all the goddamn dogs they rescue.
Yeah. We all know the facts. But that was like, that character got added like 2 months ago, and I haven't played it since. But yeah, the community of Overwatch is just really stagnant. Like they just get angry at everything. I actually tried switching to Team Fortress 2, last year I think, and just to see if the community is any better. And it's actually worse than Overwatch, but in a different way. Like Overwatch's community is really anal retentive. They're really just like. They're really uppity about you not like playing the game right. Team Fortress 2 is just complete anarchy.
Yeah, fuck, like, that's hell with organizing a TF2 team. Yeah. Oh, you know what's even fucking worse? Like, here's the thing. The people go, you don't know how to play right, are the guys who Google how to win Overwatch.
How to get good.
Yeah, also, I was gonna say this. If you actually give the advice, get good, scrub, go fuck yourself.
I think they get banned in Overwatch for saying that. Or, like, they have that stupid filter that says, you know, great job, guys, if you say GG easy. And it, like, changes what you say to, like, something positive.
God, you know what that would sound like in For Honor? You are good! You are a decent... No, there's a thing, and it's the most true shit I ever heard. It's called the Scrub's Prayer. It goes, my controller wasn't working. My controller wasn't working. You were playing dishonorably. If you weren't playing dishonorably, all I remember is it's fucking like, these people will find a reason to bitch about anything. It's never their fault, mind you, when it's an online game.
Yeah, like, I've just kind of stayed away from online games altogether. I've heard that Call of Duty Black Ops 4 is actually good.
I'm not huge on Call of Duty.
Yeah, me neither. I haven't played a Call of Duty game since Modern Warfare 1 on the Xbox. I actually got Modern Warfare 2 for the PC like a month ago, but I haven't gotten around to playing it yet. I've heard it's the best one of the Modern Warfare series.
You know, I would literally just buy a zombie standalone. I prefer zombies because I like when they make you work together. Because I like competitive, but I also like cooperation because that's even more of a fucking monkey in a coconut. You know what's real fun? Left 4 Dead 2. I remember when I had a headset with that. And my catchphrase for 2011 was, "You goddamn asshole, that's the witch." You know what my favorite story was? You know how unlucky we got? We got a jockey and a witch. And here's the thing. Guess what happened? He missed hitting the jockey, shot the witch, got us all killed. The jockey wasn't even like getting him near. He was actually pulling away from the witch. It was the funniest shit. In hindsight. Oh man. Oh yeah, I'm done spurging about games.
You want to spurg about cartoons?
Oh fuck yeah.
Yeah, I just recently saw that this YouTuber, his name's Easy Peasy. He's formerly known as, and I just found this out recently, was that he used to be known as Odd Guy, he was a contributor to the Bad Webcomics Wiki, which I only hear about like on and off because I used to frequent their site a lot back in the day, and like I think I mentioned them before, is that they're just kind of like a bunch of I don't know, they're sticklers for quality. They're kind of like those types of people who are like, all comic books have to be art, and I don't know if they're that.
Sorry, kind of like CinemaSins, but not good.
Yeah, they're very nitpicky is the word I'm trying to think of. But like, yeah, he was one of the more stable guys. He's the one guy that I can name by name.
It's kind of depressing that when you're describing internet people that you have to use the term stable.
Yeah. But apparently he did an expose on the cartoon industry, the Western cartoon industry, specifically Cartoon Network, Disney, and a little bit Nickelodeon was in there, I think.
Not much in Nickelodeon.
Yeah, apparently he had two anonymous sources they interviewed. I'm not entirely sure, like, how much of it is, there's, like, I guess two possibilities. Either, like, everything he's saying is true, that he did interview these two people who've not given their names, not given their identities, who have been blacklisted from the industry, or he's just making this up for attention. I'm willing to believe that he is, like not doing this for attention. That this is...
There's this thing, I could see if it's happening. Yeah. Now, obviously, if it could also be a well-written lie, but at the same time... I'm giving this guy benefit of a doubt.
Yeah, it all sounds like very, like, especially considering stuff we already know about the industry, like...
Yeah, like, what's the guy behind Steven Universe? He's the guy with the weird hat. They call him the whitest dude alive. In the video.
Are you talking about Alex Hirsch? Because he was on Gravity Falls.
One of those guys, I remember reading about him and him being a sick fuck.
Yeah, I can't remember his name.
Yeah, but you know about the rainbow shirt, and that, the guy who looks like Rainbow Bright is a horrifying Chris Chan abomination.
Yeah, we'll show his picture in post.
When you do it, you have to like if you can, just put like the Deus, like the Eldritch monster theme filter.
And just like Photoshop the cockmongler face. I don't know. It might actually make him look less creepy.
Dude, if you had to pick up someone who was like a child raper among that group, he looks like it. He looks like he's hiding out in the schoolyard like, I work for cartoons, a little boy.
Disclaimer, we're not calling him a pedophile. Blah, 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 blah.
We're saying he kind of looks like one, but we're not saying he is one.
So he may as well be one, is what we're trying to say.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, so like, how does he say it's incestuous as hell?
Yeah, that one of the main points was that they just find people off of Tumbler, or people that they're already friends with, or people they want to get into bed with.
Yeah, like, you know the old game, like, Marry, Fuck, Die? Mm-hmm. It's kind of like that in the animation industry, it looks like. Replace Marry with Hire. Like, to be honest, I'm not sure what's more... Well, okay, yeah, it's fucking alarming in every way, shape, or form.
Yeah, and I think that's a good thing. It's getting people to talk about this, at least. It's getting people to say, you know, I'm not going to allow this to happen if I get my show pitched. Yeah. And it's the same thing I feel about the comic industry, is that it needs a crash, in a way. It needs, like, the comic... Like, these big corporations need to start losing a lot of money in order for people, either for them to innovate or for independent studios to come up and compete with them.
And would it be? Is it not? Fuck. Would you say that sometimes failure is the friend of success?
Yes.
That's what I'm thinking here, and that's what's come clear. We're gonna have to hold the fucking communist rebellion. We're gonna have to kill the SARS. Yeah, but okay, I'm sorry, the STD thing is the most alarming thing here. I never thought that it's Alex Hirschman who's fucking everyone, right? Never thought that a cartoonist could actually basically paraphrase Kanye West to say, I fucked her and made her famous, or whatever he said. Yeah, these...
It reminds me of, the song, another Kanye song, Follow the Lights. One of the lyrics is literally, MJ gone, that nigga dead.
Yeah, dude.
I love Kanye. I don't know.
I don't like his music. I'm not into...
I like his music because it's shitty. There's sort of a threshold to where, it feels like he's parodying the hip-hop industry and himself.
What if he's, the greatest performance artist in history? And we'll never know. He'll die and he has this giant book. His real name's, Herbert Skelleton or whatever. And he's, this German physicist.
There was a skeleton inside him the whole time.
No, you know what I always thought about the Skeleton War, minor disclaimer. I figured out what the Skeleton War is. It's not skeletons fighting each other, it's skeletons uniting to fight the flesh bags. Yeah, what's the thing? The one thing that, that the fact these fucking people basically sit around and say, just do it, and I'll sit at my desk. When they're talking about how they'd have the storyboard artist run rampant, or they basically form the episode. That's how they let shit slip by.
Yep.
Obviously, you don't want the Walt Disney approach of walking around with a whip cracking it
Well, Walt, what he did was he made his his employees tuck their shirts in. He made them bathe.
Yeah.
You need to be presentable when you're at work. And I think it's the lack of standards that's sort of caused this dominant.
We're fun and hip, but we're not good at shit.
Yeah, we're progressive.
Yeah,
though not in the right areas.
God. Oh, fuck. And they talk about that Crunchyroll original series.
Oh, yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah, I'm gonna fucking watch that. Because what's gonna happen is there's gonna be two results. I'm gonna walk in here and I don't do drugs. I did drugs to survive. Or I'm gonna come in here going, I identify as an attack helicopter. What if that's the ultimate, SJW weapon? It's the SJW weapon. You come for the cringe, but it indoctrinates you. Like a hand comes out of the screen and it rapes your brain or whatever.
Yeah. That's one thing that we talked about with traps. Is that you like them ironically now, but it gets,
over enough time.
Yeah, over enough time, you start saying that the dick only makes it better unironically.
Okay, real fast. I was thinking about something here. So I got into an argument with an SJW writer, and it got really nasty. And here's something I discovered. They don't rape at all. If you mention, obviously no one does. No one does, except sickos and perverts.
And women secretly, but we don't talk about that. If you asked Randall of the Sad Husband short box, that's sort of a running joke with them. And I've sort of picked that up from them.
God, I'm glad you gave me a source because I'm about to jump this table. I'm kidding, but fuck, But as soon as you get them mad, they have a pattern. It's like a Dark Souls boss. They swing with cultural appropriation. They go for race, gender identity, and religion. If that doesn't work, they say, and this woman, said, get raped. But you have to picture how I said, you have to picture with fat sheep blob. Her mouth extends. She becomes, it's like Jabba the Hutt, but with multicolored hair. That's why we don't see female Hutts. I forgot what fucking species Jabba the Hutt was. That was a hard one, wasn't it? I was I almost called him an Ewok. What do female Ewoks look like for Jabbas? Oh my god, yeah, but like, I was actually a little bit appalled by that video. It takes like, they really honestly fucking pissed me off, because I remember when cartoons were an almost pure thing.
I don't know, like, pure...
Not pure. Well, like, it wasn't an industry that you could, like, you know, suck a few dicks and end up with your own show. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, fuck. I swear to God, I actually kind of got a bit mad.
I mean, people should be mad when they find this out.
Yeah, like, I didn't ever want to be a cartoonist, but, like, if I was given a choice, you have to go battle fucking scrub lords or with real swords, or you can work as a cartoonist. I'd still pick cartoonist, obviously, but I'd fucking hate it. Except if it's maybe Nickelodeon, because they really didn't get hit that hard. You know, because I don't remember them actually mentioning any Nickelodeon show.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man.
Like, there have been a few times in my life where I've thought about, like, I've wanted to be a cartoonist. Mm-hmm. Like, it's impossible not to look at cartoons and think to yourself, like, this is awesome. And further, like, saying, you know, I want to make something like this. This is amazing. And, I don't know, like, as you get older, you start to lose that spark. And especially when finding out stuff like this. Yeah. Like, this is the way the world really works, kid.
You know
Get
what?
fucked in the asshole.
There's going to be a hell if I, like, go into, like, I become a paleontologist or whatever, fuck. And I walk in the room and I go, I want to be a paleontologist. And the lights dim. And you see the shadow of Jack Horner. He says, boy, dinosaurs are fake. Like, because there is some fucked up shit in paleontology. Like, I heard shit about, like, toy companies buying rights to dinosaurs and asking that you describe them in certain ways to make them more appealing. But still, there's not, like, a 70-year-old man from Arkansas, like, hey, I discovered a Dinosaurus. You want to join my team? Know me. Now, I'm sorry, I'm just, like, thinking, like, at the same time, I have mental image of, like, that Alex starts saying, oh, yeah, you want a job? Suck my dick, har. Wait, what? Oh, you serious? Zip. That was the part I kind of got hung up with all the STD and the gunnery from the hooker. Because, like, I hope it wasn't at their studio, like, they hired a hooker to come in there. Like, what? That's Disney, right? And then this picture, like, the table's rocking, her screwing her in the boardroom, and hanging above them is, like, this altar of Mickey Mouse. Mickey looking down on you in shame.
A single tear of blood drips from the statue.
Let's hope it's blood.
Yeah. The moral of the story is always wear a condom.
Yeah, but...
Or just don't have sex.
Yeah, like, the best STD class you'll ever get is the online one I took. I fucking swear to God, they had 14,000 by 14,000, like, pixel images of STDs. Super high def. Like, it was like one of those electronic cameras they use on insects. Like, you could see every pop, boil, and pus. Partially, it was morbidly interesting, but at the same time, I'm like, you see, I ain't that game. I ain't doing that shit. That cured me for a while. Yeah, like, man, I remember something. Did you know that, like, the Adventure Time, what was I saying about? Oh, yeah, the other one is a contest about you're making your own character and they'll animate, and they just took it from the retard kid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was that the kid sent in fan art first, and then, like, they just, like, threw the character in the show without, like, thinking, what if the parent sues us or something? So then they put together that bullshit contest. So.
I want to know if there was a second and third place winner. Because if I was some little kid and that happened to me and I found out I got gypped by Mumbly Joe, I'd kill him. Mm-hmm. I mean, by Mumbly Joe, not referring to mental needs kids. I'm referring to the guy who fucking runs the show because he's fucking more retarded than any of those kids. There was a gay kiss at the end of Adventure Time.
Yeah, and like apparently they threw that in the last minute. Like the person on the storyboard like threw that in at the last minute to get it passed.
Who did it?
I don't know. I don't know if the name was drawn. I don't think the name was drawn.
No. I mean, like, who kissed?
Oh, it was Princess Bubblegum and Marceline, who were like sort of like hinted to have something, but it wasn't explicit.
Yeah. Like,
In fact, there was actually this incident where the YouTube channel that had like these brief like Adventure Time mini episodes. It was more like a, like how the like BuzzFeed has like those like little like video essays, like here's what's happening today in the cartoon world, and it was like that. But and like they said, and like they actually showed some Adventure Time fan art that had that like those two characters like embracing lovingly, and like the people in charge like whooped their ass. Like I think the whole YouTube channel got taken down by Cartoon Network.
I'm sorry, all I'm picturing is they walk in the room and Cartoon Network's a big, like, the CEO, I don't know who it is a big, tall, broad-shouldered guy with, like, a Betty suit, so it's checkered black and white, and he's got a paddle. Just paddling their ass in front of a rest.
Yeah, it's just Kiryu from Yakuza.
Yeah.
Just, like, throws a bicycle through the window.
Yeah, like... Fuck, can you imagine if the Yakuza ran fucking Cartoon Network?
Oh, it would be a well-oiled machine if that were the case.
Yeah, you hire one of those goddamn nut jobs. No, hire a Russian mobster, Ukrainian mobster. Next thing you know, Cartoon Network is okay again.
Reminds me, there was an episode of Steven Universe that they outsourced to a Japanese animation studio, and unsurprisingly, that's the best-looking episode of Steven Universe that's been produced, because like actually competent people were given like the production.
Ever heard of 8 Crazy Nights?
Yeah, that's an Adam Sandler Christmas movie or Hanukkah
animation
movie. Yeah,
that is fucking fantastic animation.
It's
too good, literally. Mm-hmm. Let me tell you what, though. Can you imagine being the I imagine they weren't paid shit compared to like Adam Sandler's shadiest.
Yeah.
And they turned that out. Now you look at how much money being put in the Cartoon Network. If I was CEO, I couldn't run that show. I'd be running around beating asses. I couldn't sleep. I'd be running around. Like, there would be people getting limbs ripped off.
Like I basically have next to no experience with production management. Like the least experience I have is like directing the short films in the film group.
Yeah.
And you can see those on my channel those were like, I think produced like at least 8 years ago. Most of them were. But like that's most of my experience with directing. And even then I could still probably direct a room full of storyboarders, animators, whatever, more effectively than the people in charge right now.
I
think that one of the tenets of running a production like that is, not everybody has to like each other, but everybody has to get along. And I think that's actually a lesson I learned from Justice League.
Yeah, like that sounds like something Superman would say. Superman would say that.
Yeah.
Also, let me tell you what else. I want to talk about it because you mentioned Tumbler like 8 minutes ago. Mm-hmm. So I met this person, I won't give names. She said, oh man, you're a writer too. I said, yeah. I said, can you review something I wrote? Now, I won't give names, I won't give titles. Do you know what the Reanimator is?
The movie?
Yes. It is a Reanimator erotic scene where it's Herbert West jacking off after a zombie explodes on him. I never wanted to read that fucking shit. There's no warning. All it said is graphic violence, not like the fact that Herbert West is choking his damn zombie chicken. Mm-hmm. And I was more really here. So they write gore porn with slasher characters, and I read the other one they wrote because I was fucking more. It's Norman Bates, and the title is Suffocation. That's not actually a bad tide of a character. Like, he could be strangling himself with his mom's neckerchief or whatever. No, he's just fucking choking himself with a belt out of nowhere. This person, and then she said she's gonna write a Jason Voorhees thing, and I'm like, first off, it's not badly written, it's just fucking important every single way possible. And she says, yeah, but have you ever realized that Jason's just a big gay teddy bear? No.
Because he's not gay.
Or a teddy bear. Has there ever been a teddy bear?
Yeah, that's the one thing that you should say. Like, if somebody is like, oh, my headcanon is that this character is gay, you just tell them, no, that is, like, that character likes pussy, damn it. And you are a faggot.
I'm telling you, if my character like apply that to, you know, I have a guy named Smokes who literally takes an axe to the head, drinks till he's unconscious. Like, Smokes is like the anti-gay character protagonist. Oh god.
Like when one of your characters, Vicki, is like, my headcanon is Vicki is gender fluid. Oh yeah, well you're wrong. She is a Republican who likes dicks in her vagina 24/7, and also she is she's anti-abortion. Also, how do you feel about that? You fucking pansy ass Tumbler.
Oh
fuck.
I don't know how I fucking pick every Tumblr chat there is. Like, fuck, there's a Tumblr Archaeopod chat where you get in trouble. I fucking swear on a stack of crosses and a dead Jew. Wow, that was the most horrible thing I ever said.
I think we both need to reel ourselves back a little bit.
I got really mad about this. I got banned because I kept... Okay, you have to cut the last thing I said out. You have to fucking... I got banned because I didn't properly refer to an insect's gender correctly 3 times. I'm sorry. I shit you not. It was a fucking brown recluse. It's not like they're black and red. No, it's like the difference is the amount of leg hair they have. That's also true for most Tumblr girls. Yeah, oh man. Can I talk about the other lady that I talked about? So, I mentioned I'm writing the story and I have an Oni in there, and I mentioned, I have an Oni, and she said, I'll read another one. And she just got really mad. She called me culture raper. Or no, rapist of cultures. And I tell you what I'll tell you in that Facebook message what I'm going to have my tombstone be. Zach York, 1999, 2048. And underneath it says, writer, nerd, rapist of cultures.
And I imagine you stole my idea for my Twitter bio.
No, we have to top each other with cultural I'm sorry, man, but like, I'm sorry. If you actually start an insult with cultural appropriation, you lose credibility. Mm-hmm. You use credibility if you use the word cuck unironically. Mm-hmm. Oh my god, I got so mad.
I mean, like, when somebody says, cultural appropriation, you just ask them, what did you do when you woke up today? Oh, I washed my face with soap. Did you know that soap is an invention of the Egyptians? The Egyptians invented soap. You are culturally appropriating Egyptian culture, you cultural rapist.
God, I should make an alt. Nah, I'm over that shit. Like, dude,
I mean, most Tumblr girls don't actually use soap, so...
Yeah, they wash their faces in, like, the waters of Abaddon. They're in the lowest pit of Tartarus crawling around.
No, they just dab their faces with, like, a paper towel, and then they put that paper towel in the refrigerator and save that for later, and then they wring it out into a bowl for dinner.
Fuck. Oh, that's gross, and I'm not even completely sure I understand. Oh, yeah, like... Man, you know what else I was thinking about with all these angry SJWs? They really don't hold to their own standards.
I mean, this is mostly all common sense, really.
Yeah.
Like, if you've ever talked to, like, one of them, you've talked to most of them.
Yeah. Also, my favorite thing is if you in the one chat I was in, happened a couple weeks ago. Actually, I called him a keyboard warrior because. And you at the end, I said, I live in the same state as you. I'll come and kick your ass. I gave her the address of a library. I'll meet you in the goddamn library. I'll meet you in the parking lot. I'll let you punch me if you have the balls to come here. Now, guess what part of that got me banned? The calling them out, the threatening of them, or the use of the words you got balls.
I'm going to guess the third one.
Actually, all 3. Yeah. Man. Also, this is, Have you realized you can tell a lot of person about their avatar?
Yeah. I mean, like, there's a reason that the anime profile meme has gotten so much attention.
What is that?
That's like, anime profile pics don't matter. Or it's like, if you have an anime profile pic, your opinion doesn't matter.
What if you go with like an anime, but it's not even like an anime girl, it's like a goddamn llama. It's an anime llama. This one person I know fucking had that, and she's on the list of people I'd kick their ass if they ever talked to me in person. Yeah, guess what their argument was? So I'm right. I mentioned my writing quite a bit today because I'm in the right mood. I have a story of a golem. She said they're non-binary by nature. And I said, okay, I agree with that. What if it picks up a masculine personality? It's transgender. And my response is, it has no gender. It chooses one. And then we start getting back and forth. It's not changing really anyways. Yeah, she's the kind of person like, you know what I fucking hate? If they'll stop talking to you, they'll stop the argument. A week later, it comes back. If you just want to fucking pick a fight with me, let's have it all in the same day. Oh man, I'm sorry for ranting.
Well, the reason that they wait for the next day is because they can't think of anything to refute your argument with.
They have to reload. They have to go through the Rolodex of copy pasta insults.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I wonder? Do you think that Fallout would have been better if it stuck to the original developers?
I don't know. I would have to read, because this is actually online, the Fallout Bible. And it's written by, I think, Brian Fargo. I'm not sure if he was the writer. He was the producer on the first one. And, but, whoever did the story and world building, they put out the Fallout Bible online. It's 100 pages of, information about the world as it was originally intended to be in the games. I would have to read that before I, say whether or not it would have been better if, the original development team worked on it.
I was thinking a lot about, what ifs and, what if different things happen with games. Can you... Oh, no, you know what my favorite thing I miss in RPGs is? Remember back in the old days of RPGs, nowadays it's he is the death god, he is an ancient... And, back in the old days, what's the monster? It's a skeleton, but sticky. It's a cube, but gelatinous. It's an owl. It's a bear. It's both. I miss those kind of monsters. People have, taken fantasy too serious, I think.
I think so.
I'm a huge fantasy addict. I fucking read a lot of RPG manuals, and I rip them off immensely for my own world. I'm kidding. But, I tell you what, you can tell a lot about an RPG by their monster manual. You can, Pathfinder, a very, very good RPG, has 6 of them, with an additional one. And they are fine picks of monsters. Now, you go to something ever heard of Fatal?
Fatal?
Yes, it's called Fatal. It stands for...
I thought you said Fable, and I've heard of that one.
Oh, no, Fatal is, it stands for originally from another time, from another time, another land. It's originally fantasy adult adventure shit. Basically, there's rules for rape and misogyny, racism.
All that good stuff, yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god. There is literally, ever heard of the joke roll for anal circumference? That was a real thing in the game. Also, it was written by someone who had even worse math skills than I do. If you roll incorrect, or if you roll correctly and you calculate as it's intended, you could have an anal circumference of greater mass than your entire physical mass. Basically, there was a goddamn build, a character build, where you basically...
So what you're saying is that this person invented anal vor.
Fuck, you're probably right. Oh, also my other favorite thing about the whole game was they made this monster manual and they forgot to put all the pictures in it, and they released it for $40. I'm sorry.
That's something EA would do.
Yeah. Oh wait, buy all the monsters. Yeah. Hey, Ubisoft's kind of doing okay with games recently.
I heard Assassin's Creed wasn't so good, but that's kind of par for the course.
Yeah.
What other games have they released lately?
Fuck. The Division. Okay.
I played some of that, when it was on.
Quick.
It was on a free trial, so even then, it was kind of boring.
Okay, I was mainly talking about For Honor because they've been given a lot of love. And the Division, or not Division, Tom Clancy's Wildlands is pretty fun.
I heard better things about Siege, Rainbow Six.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know if, Wildlands has improved since its launch, but I remember seeing it was really glitchy, and, it looked kind of fun, and, if they ironed out most of the glitches, then you're probably right that it's good, but I've been hearing a lot more stuff about Siege.
Yeah. Is Siege, really good?
It's good if your teammates know what they're doing.
Oh.
It's very strategy based. It's it's a tactical shooter. So it's not like you can just go in guns blazing. It's like you have one team that plays as the terrorists, one team that plays as the SWAT agents.
Oh,
it's basically like Counter-Strike, except you have to, be good at the game to win.
Hey, remember when Counter-Strike had gambling?
Yeah. The loot box, or the roulette thing.
Yeah, and remember what else they had? They had people cheating, betting, and selling, and there was this whole other market.
And you had people advertising sites and being like, "Oh my god, yeah, I won, yeah, and you can win too if you go to www.fuckyouintheass.com."
That's probably a real website.
Yeah, no, do not go to fuckyouintheass.com.
Also, be careful about the website Scumbag. There's a website called Scumbag. Thank you to the person. Oh, actually, I was using a public computer and I got.
Is that like a?
Fire site.
Or I was gonna say, is that like teabagging, but it's like a used teabag?
Oh no, Scumbag is basically where you can talk about your bosses and shitty things. Fuck, I should. No, it's too late. I could tell them a story. Of course, they probably know who this is, and I could probably get my ass sued off, but still. Hey, man. Have you ever read the Wizard of Oz books?
I actually read some of the first book. I think the first 4 chapters.
Oh, okay. So do you have any idea what the word Wogglebug means?
No, I don't.
So one of my friends told me, hey, look at this creepy children's book. And I go, okay. So this person is obsessed with a character from the second or third book, I can't remember which. It's a 7-foot-tall cockroach with a 12-inch index finger, who is a school professor who points to words and talks, and he's actually written to be the most insufferable douchebag alive. This person has taken this character, and it's their champion. They write, children's books. They have 4 fucking novels on Amazon about this guy. They're working on 3 movies. They have YouTube animations that have been removed because of their nightmare fuel, because they're so shitty. And this person is a gigantic fucking nut job. Here's where it gets worse. She has a Twitter presence. Pretend that you're a person who is mentally unstable and you're obsessed with My Little Pony, making fun of Chris Chan, and this 7-foot cockroach you may or may not have sexual feelings for. How do you respond to harassers?
Probably go apeshit all the time.
No, she'll take a picture of her My Little Pony Fluttershy panties and go, look haters, I have these. Here's why it gets even more cursed image. You want to hear why? You can tell she just took them off. Yeah.
Sometimes I think about putting getting my work in the public domain after I die.
Yeah.
But it's stuff like this that makes me not want to do that.
I'm sorry, man. I'm picturing what the fuck they'll do to your cast.
I know that Dave Sim, the creator of Cerebus, he wants his all of his comics put in the public domain after he dies. But yeah, it's stuff like this that, like I said, it's just you give the fans creative control of everything. And I don't think, even if after I'm dead and I'm not around to care anymore, I don't know if I can have that weighing on my conscience as I go off into the great beyond.
You're burning in hell, screaming, and all of a sudden the fires turn off. Satan himself walks over and says, hey, look, we have something new for you. He pulls out a laptop with Internet Explorer and makes you read all of the shit that they wrote about your cast. I'm sorry, man, but this person is... Here's the thing, though. Her whole argument is one of 2 things. Wogglebug is pure. And secondly, Chris Chan is Satan. She hates Chris Chan so much, she told her parents about him, and now they're calling her Chris Chan. Like, apparently they call her Chris Chanette.
Nah. Oh god, now I'm picturing Chris putting on the super crown.
Oh Lord, oh god, oh. What if it actually makes... No, it wouldn't work.
He's already a beautiful princess.
He puts it on and the crown gets a beard.
Yeah, it does the opposite. Yeah.
God, like, can you, like, so imagine this. Imagine if, like, you know, as humanity goes on, do you believe that humans will split back into subspecies based on breeding?
Honestly, I haven't thought about that. It's an interesting theory, because I haven't thought about that in a while.
I just thought about this like 10 seconds ago. Because picture if all of these weird Chris Chan basement dwellers somehow find a way to reproduce. Thankfully, that will likely never happen. But imagine generations and generations, what that would look like.
See, I want to say that humanity is more likely to evolve via technology.
Yeah.
Like, I think that we're already, like, on the cusp of that.
So basically transhumanism in a way.
Yeah, like, I was sort of a proponent for transhumanism for a while until I found out about Aaron Diaz and his, like, creepy-ass fetishization of, like, that shit. He's the creator of Dresden Kodak. It's a webcomic. And it's pretty well illustrated. But like he's been accused of like the main character, who's like this android girl, is like she was first accused of being like a ripoff of Makoto Kusanagi from Ghost in the Shell. But then people started pointing out that she looks exactly like a cartoon version of Ashley Burch, who's like a. You ever heard the web series Hey Ash, What You Playing? She was like, yeah, she's Anthony Burch's sister. And they had like this web show for a while up until like they started getting recruited by like Machinima in the industry.
Oh my Jesus Christ!
So that's his sister, and she looks exactly like the main character of Aaron Diaz's webcomic, where he like strips her naked like every other page, and it's like.
I honestly.
It's a lot to take in. I know.
What the fuck? Of all the people to turn into a robot waifu.
It's like he even has like these wallpapers where it's like 20 drawings of her in like all these different outfits, like a sexy maid outfit and all like Yoko from Gurren Lagann with the bikini and everything. It's like
okay, I got a question. Does Anthony Burch fucking know about this?
If he does, he probably doesn't. Like, if he did, he would like give him money to like, or like take money to like horror her out or something. I imagine. I don't know if no, he's not that much of a Chad, so.
No, like he'd try to horror out, she'll beat him, and he'll still take his money.
Get back in your corner. Yes, ma'am.
Anthony Burch is like the most pathetic human I can think of at times.
Well, yeah, that's a meme. I mean, I'm not that familiar with him, but like one of the memes is, you know, hey, I had a terrible day. My wife left me, and then I got kicked in the balls. But at least I'm not Anthony Burch.
Like, did you know that like he works at Gearbox or worked at Gearbox, and he tried basically stripping out all of the. He tried fucking sanding off the edges of Borderlands. Like, they're not called midgets, they're little people. And he wasn't doing it in the joke style. Yeah. He's just like he's one of the pathetic people out there.
I mean, yeah, it makes sense that his boss would be Randy Pitchford.
Can you picture, like, oh my god, I just want to picture society like it's like Knights and Crusaders, and there's just this one colony, but they're all like these internet people like Anthony Burch and the like.
I mean, we do live in a society. I'm still not over that meme. I still love it. Like, there was a... yeah. Like, I just love... Like, I just love the gamer memes. Just
God. Fuck. Like, I really also like the, like, where we try to act like they're all hardcore OGs. Like, oh yeah, played on a PS2, yeah.
I don't even need Veronica. We're a gamer army.
God. Jesus Christ,
it's almost becoming its own lore, where it's like
it is.
No. Oh, did you hear about the Law and Order SVU episode?
Did they have a fucking Gamergate one?
They had one about incels.
excuse me, Dick Wolf. The only time where I could be a fucking consultant for Law and Order SVU. I kind of studied incels. I find them fascinating.
Yeah.
Like, you know how, like, have you, Like, you know how Van Helsing has spent his years studying the ancient texts, hunting vampires, flaying them, and dissecting them? I am the incel Van Helsing.
Mm-hmm. I mean, what I love about Law and Order, SVU, and like this and like the Gamergate episode is that like to find out all the stuff about incels and that stuff, they have to go through the dark web, and it's like you can just find this shit on 4chan. You can find it.
No, fucking find on Twitter.
Find on Facebook, yeah.
Yeah, like
there's Facebook groups for incels.
I have a goddamn incel stepcousin, or former stepcousin. He lives in the fucking holler of. And he is a fucking holler redneck in West Virginia making swords and suits of armor. I swear to God Almighty, he has a full suit of plate mail. He hand forged and literally, honest to God, he put "Fots be gone" on his armor in Latin. There is a devotion of retardation. I'm sorry.
Well, like, what I love about, because I saw, like, a series of clips from that episode, but, like, the best line from that episode is from, is Ice Cube?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, the best line is Ice Cube saying something like, you know, if God didn't want to, or, like, if these boys weren't, if there's anything keeping these boys from getting laid, then God wouldn't have invented hookers.
They just talked about Christian there, straight up. That's Christian story. Hey, can you imagine if Christian was a Dragon Ball Z anime? Can you picture how the arcs would be done? Fuck, I would actually kind of watch that if it was like a YouTube parody.
Yeah. I mean, I mentioned Sonichu, the animated series.
Oh, yeah! By the way, oh no, I should make a Christian on Dragon Ball Z. Xenoverse 2. Can you imagine being rocked by fucking Christian? I either have to make him a Majin Buu or a really lame Super Saiyan.
I like that one android from the beginning of the Cell Saga.
God. Man, I kind of like Cell. He's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know why he looks like that weird thing with the horns and the ball in there?
That was the editorial thing. And, or like...
Why they designed him like that.
Oh, okay.
It still looked like a beetle.
Oh, yeah.
Because they pupate to go through sages. Yeah. He has an ass for a head. Have you ever think about, so spinnerets are spiders' anuses?
Yeah.
SpiderMan in the Sam Raimi universe has anuses on his wrists.
Yeah, I think we talked about this.
Now, I have this mental image of, like, he's getting all, like, emotional and cuddly with Mary Jane. She's, you know, doing, like, oh no, she's giving a hand massage because he hurt his hand. Mm-hmm. She triggers the wrong part of his wrist and gets shot in the face with web.
It just coats the whole room. Sorry, this has never happened before.
Yeah. Now, do you know what I'd like to think? Spider-Man has never been caught watching porn since he got bit by that spider. He could be beating it all day long. Spider sense goes off. He's left that laptop done. Hey, look.
On the ceiling.
Yeah, like Aunt May walks in, none the wiser.
Well, there's this one like image, like I think it was a page of like a Spider-Man comic from like the 70s where Aunt May is like walking by Peter's door. And there's like some web fluid leaking out under it, and she's like, "What's this stuff? It's all sticky." And like,
you know, there's an actual line from the 40s Avenger. Or was there a 40s? Was Captain America in the Avengers in the 40s, or was that the 60s?
Yeah, it was in the 40s.
Yeah, because in the 40s, they have a part where, I shit you not, Captain America's sad. And, you know, he's doing the sad comic book hero face. Mm-hmm. And Iron Man says, "Looks like you need some hard dick from the invincible Iron Man." Yeah.
And dick is, like, slang for something.
Yeah, it means, hard dick means straight talk.
Yeah.
Interesting choice of words there.
Yeah. I like it, like, in the Teen Titans book, where, like, they ever mention Nightwing by name. Because his real name's Dick Grayson. And, like, you have, like, Starfire saying, "No, Dick, I can't live without Dick."
You know what I'd like to see? Oh, no, have you ever heard there's an actual Superman quote called, "If I'm a man of steel, why are my tears warm and why do they hurt?" Do you think, like, Superman ever gets, like, really irrationally mad?
Yeah, there's been tons of comics that are like that.
Not like Injustice, like, you know, but like mad, like, you know, he's at the he's at McDonald's, and and he gets his order wrong, and he just like backhands the table, it flips and kills 8 people.
I mean, I remember seeing a cover of like a Silver Age comic where he's just eating a pile of hamburgers. And like, I think it's at McDonald's.
Oh yeah. Oh, hey, one other fun fact: there's a thing called Stanley vs. the Marvel Universe, and DC, and they did this one really cool issue. It's Superman, and here's the twist: he's not even the strongest Kryptonian. Zod comes and beats the fuck out of him. Yeah, I miss Silver Age. Silver Age was fucking stupid.
Yeah, I mean, and now comics are stupid in a bad way.
Yeah, like. Man, there needs to be, like, more radiation-related incidents that don't have cancer and chemical burns, and it's just like, oh, yeah, I can shoot hair from my eyes.
Or just, like, if you want, like, a black or Latino or female character, don't make them the new Thor or the new Spider-Man. I mean, just make a new character.
Yeah.
Like, the closest thing that they did with that was Miles Morales, who felt like a different version of Spider-Man, at least.
But he felt like a different version of Spider-Man.
Felt like a different character.
Yeah, yeah. I like Miles sometimes. PS4 Miles.
I mean, yeah, it's like they keep stumbling with his character, and I feel like in the hands of a good writer.
Yeah.
But the problem is that Marvel can't hire good writers anymore because good writers cost more money. Is that like? Yeah, it's like the comics are just an afterthought to tie in with the movies. Like, the movies are what make Marvel money right now. And the problem is, like, this all ties back to why I want there to be a crash with the comic. I mean, there already is a crash, it's just happening really slowly.
Yeah, it's like, it's on life support, and they're not going to pull the plug.
Yeah, nobody's in there to smother it with a pillow.
Man, you know what else I was thinking about? You're talking about porn to Spider-Man? One of the best things I recently read on a friend's demand, there's a Spider-Man porno called Spider-Cest.
Yeah, you mentioned that before.
I finally read that. Now, I'm going to excuse the porn parts. It's damn good. It's funny. It's kind of funny. Like, one of my favorite lines of the whole thing is they reveal, like, so the Spider-Man clones know everything Spider-Man does from genetic memory. And, you know, the Spider-Woman goes, oh, hey, Peter, here's a fun fact. I know. Like, they mentioned, like, Spider-Man accidentally, like, almost ripped his dick off when he first got his powers. You don't hear about that with teenage superheroes. So what's your power? When I close my hand, I get retractable blades. Okay. What's the issue? I lacerated the inside of my thigh to the bone. Thank God I have a healing factor.
Yeah. See, if comics did stuff like that, I'd read them.
I'd actually write a comic about, like, you know, it's like X-Men, but there's no, like, Magneto, really. It's just, like, a bunch of old mutants going, oh, fuck, these kids are either fucking each other and doing drugs.
And also, like, I just remembered, this kind of ties back to, like, Ryona, we were talking about, is that, I've been meaning to talk about this for a while, Sailor Moon. That was kind of, like, my awakening to, like, anime girls. Sailor Moon was my first waifu. I was 5 years old. So, like, I was an early bloomer at the time. But I remember there was... Yeah, but I remember there was, like, this scene where, in one of the episodes, where she's being confronted by the villain, and, like, he's, like, grabbing her by the mouth, like this, and he's, like, squeezing her cheeks, and, like, I remember getting some feeling towards that, and, like, I guess that is kind of considered Ryona, or it's, like, a woman being abused or something, I don't know.
Yeah.
So, like, again...
No, I'm just picturing, like... Sorry, because they couldn't show that in a modern cartoon.
Yeah, and it's weird because it was on Toonami for, like, kids. And
yeah. No, yeah, like, Toonami wanted to do fucking Evangelion. I'd like to see them do the last couple damn episodes. You know, like, because they used to do, like, they'd change the line, like, she's got ice, snacks, and 50 gallons of root beer. Now, I'd like to see them do lines like, you know, or do a big, so... There's this weird thing. Apparently, there's an Evangelion Ava Geeks fan theory that Kaoru, do you remember who he is?
Yeah.
May have given Shinji a hand job in the shower. To which everyone said, what? And now I don't remember if I watched the analysis of the scene again, but apparently he's got his hand in there somewhere. And that's really disturbing.
I mean...
That someone, not that, is the fan that somebody stood there and, drew diagrams of his hand, his arms, and used the cells and the references proportions to figure out whose junk is being grabbed.
I mean, you can say anything about like the theories of Evangelion, and it just doesn't surprise me. You could tell me that the Penguin was an angel, and I would believe you.
According to one of the adaptions, he has angel fucking DNA.
Again, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, like there's a series Bible for Evangelion.
A what?
A series Bible, kind of like Fallout.
Yeah.
Here's the twist, though. There's two of them. One is just characters. The other is the big Ava lore. It's in a fucking video game, and you can basically it's. And they reference like there's aliens and there's angels on different planets and shit like that. You know what I think I remember having with a waifu for a while? She-Hulk.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's...
Yeah, she got me into Green Girls.
I mean, you'd probably be eye level with her, right?
Maybe, actually.
How tall are you?
I am 7'2", or in that ballpark at least.
Okay. Yeah, it reminds me of the Manlet memes.
Yeah, I am like the king of Manlet.
Yeah, all you gotta do is measure yourself with somebody and you win an argument.
Yeah.
Like I'm like 5'10", so that's just barely a man.
Dude.
Like if you're measuring by like 4chan standards, like I saw this chart once where it's like, you know, if you like you're only a real man if you're over 6'2". And like at the bottom of the chart is 5'10", and below that you have to kill yourself because you're not even human.
Okay, I got a question for you. Am I like the king of 4chan?
Oh.
No, God, I don't want that title.
Yeah. Well, you might be like I don't know.
You miss Shone from The Walking Dead when she had the two zombies on the chain. I just want to make like a big tall guy with two manlets on the chain. Man, actually, do you know what would be a really dumb idea for a story? Like, it's post-apocalyptic, but, like, society is rebuilt based on physical attributes, sort of like, and the big bad guy is just, like, he's, like, probably a solid 7 foot, you know, and he's, like, this big Titanic king, like, sort of, that'd be an interesting idea, like a genetic apocalypse sort of deal, where stagnation in the gene pool has led to different subspecies forming of humans.
And there is this one manga that's running right now called Dr. Stone. It's about, like, a bunch of people, like, the world's basically been, it's like 1,000 years after, or like people have been like turned to stone, and people are just starting to come out of their shells of the stone. And like it's about this one guy who's like a doctor, and he's like a scientist trying to rebuild everything. Mm-hmm. He's going up against this guy who like advocates for like eugenics. He's like only freeing the most strongest and intelligent people, and it's like sort of like natural like selection, ability, natural selection versus, you know, scientific advancements.
You know, there's this issue of you try and read the strongest and the smartest. Because it seems that you either get people who are really fuck all strong in that situation or really fuck all smart. That is not a good mix to have these two on the same side. That's when you get, make me a car. No, don't hit me. Hey, do you know what I think would be kind of interesting for like an apocalypse piece? Basically, it's beginning to become a heat-death universe. You know, I had this one idea for something. A speculative evolution apocalypse. Out of nowhere, animals the next generation of animals born are animals thousands of years more genetically advanced from an alien experiment. Hey, did you know that baboons are fucking terrifying? Yeah. There was a species of baboon called Dinopithecus that thankfully went extinct around 11,000 years ago. It was a fucking 7 foot tall baboon that hunted humans. And it may or may not have been able to use stones as weapons. Do you realize how terrifying that is? But it's not only a gigantic... So picture a gorilla, bigger than the gorilla even. It's running you down, hits you with a rock, and breaks every bone in your body to drink some arrow. That'd be a good monster for something.
I wonder if like there's anybody alive today who that would be his ancestor.
I actually know who. Hey. My wife left me. No, wait, no, hold on. I gotta run. I'm 5'10". I'm afraid what they'll do when I become public domain, but at least I don't have a baboon for an ancestor. Like, I like to dream of my height. I have a fucking Cro-Magnon forehead, apparently. Like, you know. My sister pointed this out, and the weird thing, do you see how my jaw kind of slopes forward? And that's why I have a lisp. My tongue is being pulled forward by gravity. Yeah, I could. I don't know. Like, do I have like the? There's a term among hominids called a nutbreaker jaw. I am not going to say I have a nutbreaker jaw. If you cut this editing or like put it together, I'll fucking kill you. I'm kidding.
And like there's like a more on like the Manlet thing is like there's like a Twitter I guess it was like a parody thing. But it's like where like it's like a guy's talking to a girl. And he's like, oh, I'm like 6'7". I just got out of prison. I have 4 felonies to my name. I don't have a car. I'm unemployed. And he's like, you said 6'7". Schlick schlick. So like you're 7'2". You can get any woman you want.
No. Because I'll open my mouth and say, hey, honey, I'm 7'3" and I like Dinah. Hey, why are you running? Hey, do you know who must have always had trouble getting girls? Eddie Brock. Like, hey, Ed, what do you do? I work as a journalist. That's cool. And like someone like steps on a stew and I'll fucking kill ya! And he beats him down with a rock. Because he's got serious issues of revenge. Mm-hmm. He really needs a... Do you think there's... That'd be interesting. I mentioned this, I want to do this. A supervillain therapist. I want to do a Venom episode. It's like, no, sir, you're not allowed to bring out the symbiote. He gets his own interview. Oh, that's awesome. Imagine if, when you read the Venom comics, when he was in comics, how do you picture his voice?
Like, sort of like a snake, like with something like this. Yeah.
Do you know how I want to hear him in my head because of something stupid I had a dream about? Hey guys, I'm Venom. I had this dream that he had this voice. And it ruined Venom because I'm trying to read the comic and all I hear is this. Oh man. Do you know what I like this? They always do the like, it's a high school alternate universe, but they always make them like, attractive, healthy. Can you picture like one of those universes where it's all like the lame, nerdy villains, like the leader? You get the leader. You get Otto Octavius, you get maybe young Johann Smith's the leader, before he became Red Skull. Oh, by the way, my favorite Red Skull quote is an actual 616 canon quote. I really miss Hitler. That guy knew how to cheer me up on these days. Now,
you ever see the concept art of the Batman High School animated series?
What I saw, I didn't mind it that much.
I don't know, it's kind of confusing for me, because it's like, how would they really pull that? Because I remember people comparing it to X-Men Evolution, but I really liked X-Men Evolution.
Yeah.
It was like...
I liked ideas of it, but you couldn't have Robin. Well, you could have Robin, you couldn't have, like, Batgirl. Maybe. Or maybe Batgirl would be, a Season 2 thing.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's so different from, like, anything in the comics, is the thing. Which is probably why they passed on it. Either that or they couldn't figure out, like, where they were going to go with it in the long term. I don't know.
You know what I would do for something? Do you know who my all-time favorite Batman villain is? Bane. Because I always was obsessed with ideas. He's strong and smart. He broke the standard there.
I like him better in the Dark Knight Rises.
I accidentally Bane posted some right, and I did. I wasn't even fucking intentional. I'm so mad about that. Yeah. That comes later. Yeah. Dude, I should have... Chin's Rant's a character I'm writing. I should really just call the story fucking Redneck Jurassic Park. But the thing is that, like, I made him unintentionally inspired by, like, Chris Chan, fused with Elon Musk. But he doesn't get flamethrowers.
I've seen so many pictures of him, like, smoking the blunts. Like, just photoshopped everywhere.
Was that Photoshop?
No, it was actually him smoking it. But it's, like, showing him, like... Because he made a tweet saying, no, it's time for me to build a mecha. And it shows him, like, inside of, like, a Gundam, like, smoking.
God, like, he'd fucking build a mecha.
Like, have you seen the videos of Boston Dynamics, their Atlas robot?
Is that one of his companies?
No, No, he doesn't own Boston Dynamics.
Okay, cool.
But, like, there's, like, a lot of progress being made in terms of, like, bipedal robots.
Oh, yeah, so didn't they have a dog one that could open doors?
Yeah.
Okay, I really like their stuff, but at the same time... I'm just worried that you're gonna get this guy, and he's like, well, I'm a bored, rich, no one can really challenge me. I'm gonna build a giant flying fucking robot with flamethrowers. And the picture, I'm like, He's the fucking Green Goblin. I'm just waiting for him to announce, oh yeah, we have a new genetics firm and we're making a serum that's derived from fruit bats. Fun fact. They're supposed to, like, supposedly, I haven't confirmed, remember when they show the Green Goblin serum in SpiderMan when they're making it? You can see species names involved. One of them is the flying fruit fox. And I'm sorry, that is like the least threatening animal ever made. It is a fucking doggo with wings. Not all dogs are doggos. And I mean like the Borkos or that fucking retard meme. What I mean is he's literally the personification of a word doggo as those little animals.
Maybe that's like to keep him calm or something. I don't know.
No, you would be terrifying. Batman, like Man-Bat, but he actually, acts like a fucking bat. Batman, oh no, he bit me. And he goes, I'm not turned into a radioactive bat. Man-Bat goes, you got fucking rabies, cock. And he flies away. Yeah, rabies is scary shit. You know that once it's actually in your system and the first symptom appears, there's no cure. Vaccine will not save you. Once the enzyme gets into your brain, you're fucking dead. And there's stories of like animal control. There's one, I'm not sure if it's true or not. They shot a dog 8 times before it finally went down. Guess what kind of dog it was? A Shiba Inu. A fucking Doge dog. Now picture if I got bit by a rabid bat. I'd be like a fucking Resident Evil boss. By the way, they have new gameplay of Devil May Cry 5.
Oh yeah, I saw it. Yeah.
It's weird. It's like DMC and Devil May Cry walked into a room and they talked out their issues. And they now have adopted a son.
Mm-hmm. I saw the one where it's Dante and his motorcycle turns into like giant fists or something.
No, chainsaw fists.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Dante is literally the most awesome character ever. He is too awesome.
Yeah, like, I haven't seen the full gameplay, but so far it looks like everything I was missing from the new God of War.
Yeah. Also, you can get like different fists. I really hope there's a fisting joke.
Oh, yeah, maybe, yeah.
Like, I can see, like, they go, like, the lust ring of hell or the tree, whatever the fuck it is. Oh, do you have a magic fist?
You want it to go up your ass?
No, but they should have, like,
that'd be neat if they just wrote Dante that way. And, like, he just gives up all, like, subtlety and just like, everything, all the obvious jokes, he just gets completely blunt with everything.
Did you know that Dante, one of the games, is about to fuck one of the demons? It's in Devil May Cry 4. They have these weird, like, it looks like glowing women, and you can tell he's like 5 minutes from whipping his dick out, and then it floats over and it's a giant frog, and that's his antenna.
And one game that I missed playing was God Hand. You ever heard of that one?
It's is that good?
Well, it's funny because it got bad reviews when it first came out, but it's kind of a cult classic now.
Yeah.
It's for the PS2, and it's kind of like Fist of the North Star, and it's basically like a Fist of the North Star and everything but name. It's kind of like that mixed with I don't know, like I guess Devil May Cry.
I need to look into that.
Yeah, I guess you can emulate it. So if you're a dirty pirate, then I guess you can pick it up there.
Every time someone says pirate, Ailstorm blares in my ears.
I also can't wait for I'm still playing Deus Ex.
How's that good?
It's good. Like I said, when you actually know how to play it, then it's really good. Like another one, like after I'm done with that, I'm probably gonna play what's it called?
Human Divided.
Not Mankind Divided. That's what came after it. Human Revolution. I guess that they're not making another one because like Mankind Divided either got no, it didn't sell well. I think because it got good reviews, but just didn't sell enough copies.
Not enough pre-orders.
One thing I really hate is the fact that game studios are taking Metacritic ratings into account when deciding on whether to do a sequel or follow-up or another game.
Metacritic's not always. What if it's like lukewarm?
Well, yeah. The thing is, where it's like, if it's 69, and you need it to be 70. And so if it's like under just 1 point underneath, then it's like that damns your game. And another thing is that it takes something like an opinion and turns it into a fact. And it's like it's just a really terrible business practice.
Yeah, I admit I'll like glance at a Metascore and Metacritic score, and then I look at the reviews and decide.
I mean, and that's why all these game reviewers are being bribed when they get pre-release copies. And being like, we need an 8 out of 10. You can't give us a fucking 7 out of 10. And that's why 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10 means good. But when it's like make or break for a game, then it's like 7 out of 10 may as well mean just garbage. You can't give your opinion anymore. It just I don't know. It's a huge clusterfuck, and I hope the game industry also crashes and burns.
Hey, have you ever noticed that every Fist of a North Star adaptation in the last couple of years that came out hasn't fucking sucked?
Yeah, Lost Paradise actually just came out recently.
Can you play as Joggy or every character?
I don't know.
I'm gonna sound like a dick. I may not play the game. Can't play as Jaggy because he made the other game from a good game to spectacular.
Yeah, I'd look into it. It's made by the same team that did Yakuza.
Oh man, I need to play Yakuza.
Me too. I've heard start with Yakuza 0 is what I've heard.
Is that on PS4?
Yeah.
Oh man, do you know what I'd like to see as a video game idea? I'd like to see they've done pirates, pirates, mobsters. They're doing all the criminal factions. They haven't really done a good Viking video game where you can actually plan out raids. Because that'd be a cool game, You basically make your own sort of you lead your Viking raid. You pick out who goes on your long ships. You pick what god you venerate. Or not like you'd get lightning, but you'd go I worship Thor. I worship Haga, or Hell. And you beat the shit out of a guy, and now he worships Thor or whatever.
And the last game I'm looking forward to is, of course, Cyberpunk 2077.
Now, I want to talk about an indie game that I found out about. It's called Prehistoric Kingdom. Picture that new Jurassic World game that came out, but scientific. And now, it's actually somewhat similar to my novel, except that the character who decides to open the park and gives it to you to manage is not a fucking idiot. Here's the cool thing. They're having, they had this huge thing, fans voted on the animals. They have a diverse pick. And it is the only game where you can have an amphicodon break loose and kill a triceratops. By the way, amphicodon are basically, they look like a bear and a dog had a baby, but in reality they're opossums.
I got hair in my mouth, sorry. That's the worst, when you get hair in your mouth.
Yeah, or popcorn kernel.
Yeah, or, it's still in there. Oh, God. Ugh. Finally. Oh, that's a big one.
Oh, God. Oh.
I'm glad that...
I saw it in the light.
I'm glad that we don't have cameras, because this is disgusting.
Oh, man. If I was less mature, I'd make an ass-eating joke, but I won't.
Not sure how you do that.
I'm not even sure.
Is that leftovers? I don't know.
Yeah.
I think...
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, were you going to say something?
Oh, yeah, just one thing about Cyberpunk 2077.
Oh, yeah.
I was wondering, have you seen any video of the creator?
Yeah, I saw, he actually dresses like...
a Cyberpunk?
Yeah, like a Cyberpunk character.
No, the original Cyberpunk creator you're talking about the studio head, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna sound like an asshole. He does not look like how I picture the creator of Cyberpunk. Mm-hmm. He looks like... You know what I'm trying to say here, right?
He's, Negro?
I'm sorry, but it's a nerdy setting, and that sounds
like black nerds have been sort of they haven't been mainstream until just recently.
Yeah,
so
I hate sound like that, but you know what I mean.
No, I think it is understandable. I think that if we actually do have any black people, black audience members, then I think they would agree with you.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mean to speak for all black people. I'm not a racist, except when I am. No.
Yeah, okay, we have new segments. We have to cut 2 segments.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. By the way, that line, I was trying to reference Jesus being crucified.
Okay. One thing I'm hoping for with Cyberpunk 2077 is a good character customization.
It looks top-notch from what I've seen.
Okay, I haven't seen any in-depth stuff on that, but... one of the things that kind of put me off with Fallout, not only Fallout 3, but also Fallout New Vegas, was the limited character customization options. Yeah, the sliders and and like really, I just want to play as an anime character. Just give me because you can the thing is you can create like really attractive female characters in the character customization stuff, but your options are limited for male characters.
Yeah,
I just want like my character to have like blonde spiky hair and bright turquoise eyes and dick sucking lips. What?
Can I fall here?
Oh yeah. All right.
I'm sorry, because I really want to put a possible game where you can look really fucked up.
Yeah, I mean there are mods for that stuff, but it's just not the same thing.
Yeah, I mean
Oh, and the modding community stuff.
Oh,
that's something I wanted to talk about a bit before we wrap up.
Certainly.
When Fallout New Vegas first came out, it was really buggy and borderline broken from what I
Every
remember.
major Bethesda game really needs that. They call it the community patch for a reason.
Yeah, well, Obsidian handled. Actually, no. Bethesda, from what I've heard, handled the QA with Fallout New Vegas, which is actually what led to, from what I understand, the bugginess and lack of quality testing. So, like, when the game gets released, it's nowadays more than ever. It can be released buggy and borderline unplayable, and it's usually left up to the community to patch. And I feel like that's just really not good for the industry. It leads to that laziness where it's like, oh, we'll fix it later, and if we don't, then whatever.
You know what does surprise me though? If the developers come back and they actually fucking improve, like the For Honor, it's on version 27.
Yeah, like with the studio can like come back and fix it.
Yeah, but that's not. You shouldn't have to. Is the point?
Exactly.
Also, I will say one thing.
Like, you shouldn't have to extensively, because I understand, it can't be perfect on launch.
Well, what's your opinion of, say, we make game and, we come back and we overhaul? Is that okay?
I think that, if it's like visual remastering.
But seriously changing gameplay elements.
Like how?
So I'm going to use For Honor, for example. Today, or yesterday, the expansion Marching Fire came out. It adds the Chinaman. China folk, excuse me. I'm sorry, I'm quoting the server. No, there's a joke on the Discord that like they should give the rice cap hat from the one samurai over to the China faction. But oh fuck. Anyways, the thing is, they're taking out the system of stats and they're putting armor has perks, and the perks intertwine. Well, today when I walked in, I woke up at 6:45 a.m. And I opened Discord, and the first thing, oh my god, they fucked us. He's rep 60, best gear in the game. He probably spent a month easily making all of his characters top-notch super good, only the gear he needs for a perfect build, right? And they got skull fucked by the update. All of their characters suck now because of the gear choices. They are furious. Yeah, because like in the game, there's a term, because it's so fucking hard to make money, there's a mode called Dominion that you can win really quick. Dominion is used as a unit of time. Like 15 Dominion is the actual thing the fans say. And now, all of a sudden, they're trying to make Dominion like give less money. And they're trying to give this mode called Breach more money. Problem is, Breach takes like 8 minutes. And next thing you know, all the fans are getting pissed off. But they've also really updated the graphics. They've changed how the characters play, move, respond. They cut animations, add new ones. They really overhauled the game in every possible area. To the point that it's almost like they're releasing a For Honor 2 and For Honor 1. Do you think that's bad or wrong? To add that many changes this late into a game?
Well, I don't really give a shit about For Honor.
Yeah, but let's see, it's Cyberpunk we do this too.
I guess it depends on presentation. If it were presented as like a free expansion, then I would be more open to it than if it were just out of the blue and being like, this game is this now.
They call it free expansion. Okay. Here's where it gets into it. You can pre-order the expansion. You pre-order it, it's $30. You get the 4 new characters free, and there's a mode that's really, really what the game needs. But if you do the math, if you do Dominion enough times, characters aren't that much. So let's say it's $20. 20 fucking bucks for a mode. Now you see why fans are upset. Yeah. And even before with all the changes.
Yeah, it all comes back to like paywalls and season pass. Like the new Assassin's Creed it has a microtransaction where you can purchase a level up fast thing where it's like you don't have more XP. So like if you get stuck in the game and you have to grind, you can just pay an extra $10 to level your character up to this point in the story. And that is like just completely insidious. Like I like how
I wouldn't even use the word insidious. I would use the term fucking stealing.
I like how you said like earlier that Ubisoft is doing a lot better now. And
I didn't even fucking know about this because I hate Assassin's Creed and new games. Yeah. Really. Yeah. Oh man, you activated your trap card. By the way, I might be getting back into Yu-Gi-Oh. Really? Yeah, I have a friend who's really into Yu-Gi-Oh, and she's helping me build a deck online. But it's fucking dinosaur wrestlers. Anyways, back to this. Oh fuck, that kind of hurts. Like, For Honor team is its own thing. It's Ubisoft Montreal. I'm not sure if they're tied to here's my favorite thing. There's a joke in the community that I kind of love and we'll mention real quick before we wrap up because I'm done For Honor. Sure. Every time one of the playtesters uses a character in demonstration, they fucking nerf that character to shit because he knows how the game works. He's the guy who programs all the hitboxes and all the times and all the zones. So they don't let him fucking play like he played Aramusha, and now it sucks. Anyways, yeah. Oh, and people are angry. Fuck, I keep dropping this. Fuck. They're also angry because one of the characters is Shaolin monks, and the Shaolin monk, oh my god, it's a real religion. And then you look to the knights wearing the Catholic cross going, Deus Volter, Deus Volter. I don't know what I'm going to say. Anyways, just like, should we wrap up?
Yeah, before we say anything else racist, then I think it is time that we...
Wow, this has been a rough episode.
Yeah, it's like #no filter, I guess.
Yeah, okay, let's just yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I've been Tony.
I've been Zach.
And this has been The Monkey Bar.
Honestly, I have to apologize.